had lost her child and was crying. When a human found her child, she reacted unexpectedly. The forest was still after the battle. Smoke rose in thin spirals from the charred earth and broken trees as I moved quietly through the ash-covered ground. My scanner beeped softly, guiding me toward a weak life signal hidden beneath the thick growth of alien brush. I moved aside the leaves and debris and found her. A woman, not human. Her skin shimmered with a faint violet glow, and her hair was braided in the style of the varialized species. She sat on her knees, trembling arms wrapped around herself, and tears falling silently from her eyes. She didn't even flinch when she saw me, just looked at me as if I were another shadow in a world already broken. I lowered my weapon and crouched down. "Are you hurt?" I asked softly. She shook her head without speaking. Then after a long pause, she whispered in a voice filled with pain, "My child. I lost my child. The humans came. There was fire and smoke, and we ran, but I was separated from him." Her eyes widened as more tears came. "He is so small. He does not know how to hide. He is only 3 cycles old." I felt something shift inside me. I had seen many things in this war. Too many. But the image of a mother lost and grieving over a child she could not protect stayed with me like a knife in my chest. "Wait here," I said gently. "I will search. I do not promise, but I will try." She didn't argue. She didn't thank me. She only nodded and buried her face in her hands again. The scanner gave me a faint trace in the opposite direction, and I followed it for what felt like hours, climbing over fallen trees, navigating through ruined machines and scorched earth. Then I heard it, a soft cry, high-pitched, afraid. I turned toward the sound and pushed through the foliage. There, curled beneath a broken supply crate, a small form was huddled, shaking, and clutching a cloth doll. He had the same shimmer in his skin as the woman. Big golden eyes stared at me, terrified. I lowered myself slowly. "It's okay," I said as gently as I could. "I am here to help. I know your mother. She's waiting for you." The child whimpered but did not run. Instead, he reached out a small, trembling hand toward mine. I took him into my arms carefully, and he clung to me like a vine, afraid to let go. I carried him back through the forest fast, but careful, watching for movement on all sides. The mother was right where I had left her, still on her knees, still crying. She didn't notice me until I was just a few steps away. Then she looked up, and her body froze. For a moment she didn't move, didn't even breathe. Then her eyes filled with disbelief, and she stumbled to her feet. "My child," she whispered. She rushed toward us, arms outstretched. The boy reached for her, and she took him from my arms, holding him tight to her chest, sobbing into his hair as he cried into her shoulder. They stayed like that for a long time, wrapped in each other, as the world burned quietly behind them. Then, slowly, she looked at me. I expected her to say thank you, to offer words of gratitude. Instead, she knelt before me, her head bowed, and said in a voice full of reverence, "You have done more than my own kind. You saved what I could not. You returned my heart. You are no soldier. You are a guardian." She reached out and touched my hand, a gesture of honor among her people. I did not pull away. "What is your name?" I asked. She looked up at me. "Villani." "And his?" "Tehran." Villani stood, her son still holding to her side. She looked at me with calm, glowing eyes. "You do not have to stay. You have done your part. But if you choose to walk with us, you will never be forgotten." I hesitated. I had orders to return, reports to file, but none of it seemed important now. Looking at them, a mother and child reunited in a sea of ruin, it felt like I had finally done something right. "I will walk with you," I said. Villani smiled softly. "Then come. We will go where the war cannot reach us." We traveled for days through the quiet forest, through ancient paths only she knew. Villani showed me how to avoid the patrols and led us to a hidden glade where her people once lived. Now it was abandoned, but safe. There we rested. There we healed. And over time something changed. Villani spoke more. Tehran laughed and played again. And I began to forget the sound of gunfire and remember the sound of laughter. One evening, under the pale violet moon, Villani sat beside me. "You did not have to help us," she said. "Yet you did. Not all humans are like the ones who hurt us. You are different." I looked at her. No one should lose their child. Not if I can help it. She smiled, a sad but grateful smile. "You have given me back my soul." Tiran ran up to us, and giggling as he clutched a glowing flower he found. He placed it in my hand. "Agit," he said, "my mother says you are brave. I say you are family." I was silent. There were no words that could match the weight of that moment. But I held the flower close and nodded. "Thank you," I said. And I meant it. Time passed. Seasons changed. And we remained in that quiet place. No war. No patrols. Just life. Villani no longer cried. Tiran grew stronger. And I found something I never expected to find in the middle of a dying world. Peace. One day Villani took my hand and whispered. I was alone. I was broken. But you came. You found my son. And you brought us back. You have a place here. If you want it. I looked at her. At Tiran. At the trees swaying in the wind. I already knew the answer. I do. And I stayed.